Alright guys, so we're going to work on 3 separate ways to make a tripod. A tripod is a really useful bushcraft skill, scouting skill, woodsman skill. You could use it to put over a campfire if you make it big enough so that you could hang a pot or a container or something to boil water. You could use it to make shelter out of. You could use it to like dry your clothes on. You could use it really for anything. If you put your lashing at different points on it, if you open the top more, you could make it into a table or a seat. If you make the legs short enough, it's more of a chair or something to sit on. You could use it to make a raised bed, or instead of having a ridge line, you have a ridge pole. There's all different, it's really endless. But the lashing that you're going to use to create a tripod is the same no matter what thing you're trying to build and no matter what thickness you're trying to make your, what thickness material you're trying to make your tripod out of. So for the teaching purposes of the video, I'm using stuff that's about an inch thick. I went with stuff that's about 6 feet long, a little bit shorter, relatively straight, only because I'm going to be using it for some other stuff. And ordinarily you'd use number 36 bank line. That's what I like to use. It doesn't stretch as much. It's got it's a little bit of a stickiness because it's got tar on it. It's got, it like kind of locks into place better because it's got like more of a, I don't know, it's more of like a wound type of thing than Paracord. I'm using the Paracord because it's orange and hopefully you'll be able to see it better against the landscape. All right, stick with me. What's up, warriors? This is Kyoshi Dave Herman with 5 Elements Tactical Training, here to share with you some warrior skills and drills that anyone can learn and everyone should know. If you're new to the channel, welcome and thanks for stopping by. If you already follow us on social media and that's how you found your way over to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification button and the little thing where it says all notifications so YouTube will let you know when the next video drops and you get all sorts of cool content from here as well. All right, so I like to store my paracord like this. It gives me something to do. I like to organize it, I guess, so it's easier to kind of pull. There's no knots, it's just one big loop. The first thing you're going to need to know is a clove hitch, and if you've never tied a clove hitch before, it's pretty simple. You're basically going to wrap one loop around, and then a second loop you kind of wrap over itself, so you kind of create this X, and then you take the tail and you go under the X, and that's the clove hitch. There you go. Pretty easy, right? All right, so that's how you're going to start this, okay? You could put a stop knot in there if you want, but clove hitch will be just fine. A cool little trick for clove hitch: you make one loop, you make another loop, you put the second loop on top of the first loop, put that over your whatever thing you're trying to tie a clove hitch on, and there's your clove hitch. Pretty cool, right? Now the first way to do this, I'll show you like the most time-consuming way, I suppose. All right, so we start off with a clove hitch. I'm going to wrap around once, twice, and then I'm going to go under my X clove hitch. All right, and to keep it from coming out, I'm going to put a stop knot. The stop knot's just a simple overhand pretzel knot. That way that knot will keep the clove hitch from slipping out from itself. All right, now, without making it too tight, I'm going to go under, over, around it. Now, the one that I went under, I go over this time. And we just continue around. Okay, you see how I'm doing this? Over, under, over, under, over, under. Again, snug but not tight. Snug but not tight. And I keep them flat side by side because if they bunch up, it'll become too tight. You won't be able to get your fraps through or open up your tripod. All right, so now, not including my clove hitch, I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Check the underside, 1, 2, 3. Underside, got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and that's my clove. Okay, so now the wraps are the things that go around the poles. Fraps are F-R-A-P are the wraps that go around the wraps. Does that make sense? So now this part, this is what really locks your tripod tight. It's going to really cinch around your wraps, which is going to give you a really tight grip on your tripod, on each leg. So in the Scouts, they say wrap it thrice, frap it twice. Depending on what you're trying to hang from this, you know, if you're trying to make something structural, I would recommend wrapping, I don't know, 5 times maybe. So now I cross over. I did 2 fraps right here. I'm going to cross over. I'm going to do 2 fraps right here. Feed it through. That's 1, and these are what you make really tight. 1, 2, and I started with a clove hitch over here, so I'm going to finish with a clove hitch up here. So I'm going to go once, twice, make my X, and then on my 3rd pass, I go under the X. I left a lot of line because I'd rather have too much than not enough. And you could also use this to hang your pot from when you're done. Okay. Method 1. Over, under, over, under. You could put a stop knot there, or put a stop knot on a bite so that it doesn't come out. It doesn't come out till I want it to come out. And then you open it up. Woohoo! And there's my tripod. Can you see that? You can't see that. So I open up wider. Okay. Tripod. Cool. It's almost like a shelter, right? Again, you have longer sticks or whatever. That's tripod method number 1. Okay, now, because I put that stop knot on a bite, watch this. I pull it out, and then a clove hitch, you could kind of undo it pretty simply just by pulling on the top of the X. Pull on that. And again, it's a lot easier to undo it with paracord than it is with bank line. Okay, tripod method number 2. I think it's a little bit easier. It's a lot easier. It's definitely faster. You know, some people will argue that one is stronger than the other. I like this way because it's kind of easy. It's like in the middle. There's an easier way, which I'll show you the 3rd one. I just don't know how structural that is. So again, I'm going to start with my clove hitch. Over once. Over twice. I'm going to go, I make an X when I go over the 2nd time. And I feed my line through under the X, okay? And again, you make it long enough that you could put a stop knot so it won't come undone. Same as the first. Okay, now this time, nice and tight, good to go. 2nd tripod method. We're going to wrap it thrice, or more, but I'm wrapping around the whole thing this time. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. Again, 3 times, not counting your clove hitch. And then from here, again, I try to keep it flat. This is also easier if you have like a log or something to kind of prop it up on. Keep your work off the ground. If I pull it too tight, they start to like bunch up into like a bundle, and that's not what you want. So from here, your wraps should be snug, but not tight. Okay? Now, I'm going to go under. I'm actually start on this side. Okay. And remember that your fraps are going to be the thing that really tighten your lashes together. Another useful tool for this is using a toggle. And a toggle is just really any stick. Something that I can use, like wrap it around a couple times, almost like a mock clove hitch. Pull it tight. Now we cross over. And we're going to frap this side. I don't like when it's messy like that. It'll have to do for now. Okay, First frap, I want to try and pull it as tight as I can. There we go. There we go. Second frap, same thing. Nice and tight. There we go. Now this becomes more structural, right? It's like you see how like that's not going to come out. This is to hold them together. This is to hold everything together and to bind it into the stick itself. Sometimes getting your clove hitch to finish it up is a little bit challenging at the end. Just be patient. Try and do it quick for the video. But you see how quick it goes no matter what, right? Okay, and you redress it up, make it nice and neat. And you put your stop knot. I'm going to put a stop knot on a bite just for now, so I can take it out and show you the third way. Okay, and you take it, we open it up. And you see how using this, can you see the tripod in there? Shoot, there it is. Okay. And again, you make it as tall or short as you want. Use this to hang your pot, so you put the whole thing over a fire. You could use something to make this so it doesn't come out. There you go. And then your marlin spike hitch to hang your pot from. Boom. There you go. And if you want to make this longer or shorter, you wrap the cord over the top. Method number 2. And this last one is so simple, it's silly. It really is. And it requires so much less cordage, and it is very easy. It is very simple, and it's pretty sturdy. I don't know if I would trust it like to make shelter out of, you know, that I'm going to be sleeping on something off the ground. Like I wouldn't use it for a raised bed. If you are out there and you've done it and made a raised bed with this one, let me know. I'm curious. I want to try it, but I guess I should just do it close to the ground, so in case it doesn't work and it can't hold me up, I don't break anything, I can still go to work tomorrow. I'm going to try to do this with as little cord as possible. Okay, for this one, I'm going to bunch them all together and make a square knot. Okay, so I'm going to bring it around, not too tight, left over right, tuck under, right over left, tuck under. That's in play. Take one, wrap it around, all the way around. And there is your tripod. Look at that. Look at that. I use like, what, 6 inches of rope? Cord? A foot? Would I hang from this? No. Oh, definitely no. Well, these are kind of, this is like dead stuff, but pretty cool, right? Same thing. Make your marlin spike hitch. Put in your stick. Hang your pot. Pretty cool. There you go. Way fast. I don't know if I put a ridge pole across the top of that, but it's pretty cool, man. Quick, easy, no cordage at all. I don't know. Which one do you like best? Which one do you use? Any guys out there that do this stuff? Let me know what experience you have with each one. Like, you know, victories and failures. You know, if you have the one that's your go-to that, like, oh man, I do it this way for a reason, or that's how I learned it and it's never failed me, let me know. And it's not just letting me know, it's letting everybody else that watches and follows the comments and stuff. So helping each other is really where it's at. And if you've used this one, like I know Dan Womack over at Coal Cracker, Bushcraft, awesome channel, awesome guy, love his stuff. He uses this stuff all the time. But I've never seen, and unless it's out there and I haven't seen it, but where he uses it for something structural. So I'm curious though, because it's so quick, it's so easy. It's definitely great for something quick. If I wanted to dry my clothes or dry my jacket, I got a fire going, I could, you know, maybe wrap something around it and keep the heat in where I could get close to it, and it's not going to burn. The thing I'm hanging over the fire is not going to burn, and it could help keep me warm without diving into the fire. I mean, again, if you have any experience with it, let me know. Well, if you made it this far and you like what I'm teaching and preaching, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and like this video. If you're loving it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you got to have it, make sure you hit the bell notification button and the little thing where it says all notifications, so YouTube will let you know when the next video drops. If you're really digging it and you want more, you can find me on all social media platforms at 5 Elements Tactical. That's all I got for now, warriors. So until our paths cross again, pray for the best, prepare for the rest. I'm Kyoshi Dave Herman with 5 Elements Tactical Training. Thanks for watching.